welcome back to Comic Frontline. I'm Chris, and you are here with me once again for another comic book review. And in this video, I'll be reviewing Old Man Logan, issue 21, Past Lives, part 1. And in this book, before we get into this book, first of all, awesome cover. We will get into that as well. But before we get into it, two things. Number one, here's some preview art. I'm going to be giving you guys some preview pages. One page is 2 pages together, so it might take up a bit of the screen. I apologize. I'm getting really good at this video editing stuff. But anyway, while I'm showing you guys some preview art, I want to give you guys a little bit of a spoiler warning. I will be going in depth on this book. I always give a non-spoiler overview for the first half of this video, so if you'd like to stick around for that, get my initial thoughts without any spoilers, see what I'm saying about the book, and then after hearing my overview, if you're interested, you can always pause this video, come back later after you pick up Old Man Logan issue 21, or if you don't want to pick it up, then you could always stick around and hear the rest of it, and then maybe you'll want to pick it up. I always leave a few things out regardless, but there will be spoilers. But anyway, you can take this video, put it in your watch later file, come back later, see if we agree or disagree on certain points of view. So, number one, this cover sold me on the book before I even heard the story. Past lives, and then every single issue having a certain time period in Logan's life really caught my eye immediately. Now, the artist has changed for this book. It is not Andrea Sorrentino. It is Eric N.Y.G. Nguyen, Y-E-N. I apologize if I said your last name wrong. He will be doing the Old Man Logan Past Lives story arc, and then Deodato should be taking over the book as of the following story arc. So I guess this is kind of a segue story into the next big story arc. But to catch you guys up before we get into this book, in the previous story arc, Old Man Logan gave Asmodeus, A-S-M-O-D-E-U-S, Asmodeus. I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, but he wants to go back to the wasteland. So he wants a way to be sent back into his dark future because he wants to go get the Banner baby or grandchild, because he promised he'd take care of that baby. So he wants to get back to his universe, his time period, and he puts his trust in Asmodeus, and what happens is he gets tricked in the end, and he wakes up in the past, which is where he wanted to go back to his past life, but Asmodeus kind of puts him all the way back in the past, which leads into Past Lives. This issue, Wolverine, or Logan, wakes up in 1812, and now he has to basically fight his way back to the present in order to basically stop Asmodeus, because obviously he's not going to be in the wastelands. So now this is kind of like a Wolverine Lost in Time, it feels like, story arc. And there is a way for him to travel forward into time, because obviously there is something that's grounding his soul or his essence in that time period. So he does have a way out. So now Logan has to travel forward through certain parts of his life to get back to the present and basically stop Asmodeus now. And Asmodeus actually, or Asmodeus, however you pronounce his name, I think it's Asmodeus. I will find out from Jay on Frontline Live this Tuesday, and I'm probably saying it wrong. But anyway, he does have an ulterior motive also, and we find that out in this book. I like the artwork in this book. It is a little bit sketchy at times. I will say it is sketchy at times, but it is a bit brighter than what we were getting from Old Man Logan. It definitely is a step in the direction that Logan's books need to be. I do know that Deodato did do a little bit of Wolverine back in the day. I did look it up. I think he did do a little bit of the Dark Wolverine saga for the Wolverine Origins book. So again, when we get to Deodato's artwork, I feel like it'll feel more like a Wolverine. Not really saying anything bad about Andrea Sorrentino's artwork. It's really great artwork. It just did not fit in a Wolverine, because Old Man Logan technically is Wolverine. It just didn't fit in a Wolverine book. This book took us through 2 time periods in Wolverine's life. One being the 1812. I could say that because that was part of the preview pages. But they also go into another time period. And then the cliffhanger they leave us on. I love the cliffhanger that we are left on. And I really am excited to see the next issue. Artwork is better. The story for this book, you can see where they're going. There are some moments where it's very dialogue heavy for the time period that Wolverine's in, especially 1812. I feel like there was a little bit more to it, and I'll get into that in the spoiler part of this review. But all in all, this was a really fun read, and I think everybody should try out Old Man Logan now because you can see the direction they're going. This is a segue. We're going to get like the It's Your Life Logan, and then after that we're going to be getting Maestro and Old Man Logan. It's going to be fun. So if you would like a segue story, to get yourself, or if you'd like to just go through Wolverine's timeline in a very jumpy fashion, definitely check out Old Man Logan 21. Really fun book. Artwork is different, a little bit sketchy, but still enjoyable read. Up to you guys from there. So from this point on, we're going into some spoilers. So for those of you that don't want them, pause the video, watch later. I will see you guys when you read issue 21. Awesome cover. Regardless of if you read the story, if you are a cover collector, I will say that the 4 covers for Past Lives, which I believe there's 2 issues per month until we get through Past Lives, covers are worth it in and of themselves. They look amazing. Okay. Spoiler time. So Wolverine is in 1812. Asmodeus basically screwed Logan and sent him all the way into the past and now has his body, which he is trying to sell as a weapon in the present. We'll get to that momentarily because that's towards the end of the book. So Wolverine right now is in 1812, and he doesn't remember it. He doesn't remember. He remembers it was during the First War. He remembers it's 1812, but he doesn't remember that moment in his life. He's like, I remember it. I feel like there's something, I did some, it's, at the tip of my memory, but this was so many. And remember, Old Man Logan's older than Logan, much older than Logan. He's from a dark future, so he's even older than the original Wolverine. So this is even further in the past for him. So he doesn't really truly remember what happened in 1812. And I feel like it takes it away from us, though, because as readers, we're reading him in 1812, and this guy wants to kill Wolverine because he killed his son. He butchered his son, and Old Man Logan doesn't remember. I mean, Logan doesn't remember. At this point, he's not old yet, but Logan doesn't remember, and we as readers don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. But then we see the medallion that Asmodeus used to send Logan's essence into the past, and that's the key for him to travel back to his body in the present. So he's in jail. They tried to kill him. It didn't work. So they're thinking he's some type of a thing against God, just like all mutants are considered. And he sees the medallion. He breaks out of the prison cell. He gets the medallion quite easily, by the way. There is some action. We get to see some really awesome action from Wolverine. It's nice to see young Wolverine again. I will say that. I really do like seeing him young again. But anyway, he gets the medallion, travels through time. We get to see Old Man Logan's essence travel back. And then he wakes up. And here's a big spoiler here. He wakes up in the Weapon X project when they're putting the adamantium on his skeletal system. And he wakes up. He's like, I'm in immense pain. I know where I am, but I don't want to open my eyes. And he opens his eyes, and there he's in Weapon X. And it's awesome just to see that. This is one of those very big moments in his life when they changed him into the adamantium skeleton. And again, you see the medallions floating in there with his body, and you see the scientist sees it, and he wants to get that medallion out. So he's fighting to get into that tube with Logan, to get the medallion, to knock Logan out and get the medallion. And Logan's like, I don't care. He's like, I'm tired. They're pumping stuff into him to knock him out and to put him down again. And he's like, I just want to sleep. But then he forces himself to wake up, and he says, you know what? No, any time period but this. I do not want to be here. So he grabs the medallion and he gets out. He's like, I don't care where I end up. I just cannot stay in this time, because this was, obviously, it was one of the worst periods in his life. So we get back to the present, and we see Asmodeus is trying to sell Wolverine's body to the highest bidder. You got Hydra, you got everyone there. And basically what he can do now that he took Wolverine's essence, or Old Man Logan's essence, out of his body, he can basically put a spell on it in order to turn it into a weapon for whoever owns the body. So basically he's bidding off Logan's body to the highest bidder as a weapon. And then we get the last couple of pages, which was so awesome for this book. where Logan wakes up and he's like, okay, where am I now? And he notices his costume is a yellow and blue. He's like, okay, yellow and blue costume. That's good. That's better than where I was already. And then, obviously, you guys saw the cover, or you can see the cover because the cover is still here. The book ends. Are you guys ready? With Wolverine versus Hulk. If you guys know Incredible Hulk 181, you can get the True Believers issue for $1. That was the first appearance of Wolverine. And he is dead center of the fight between Hulk and Wendigo, or the Wendigo, and he's right in the middle of it, and he's like, oh crap, I'm here. And it just ends right there with that epic splash page. Oh man, what a way to end the first issue. It was excellent. Like I said, the artwork is a little bit sketchy. I'm not going to say, oh, it's not a splash page also, by the way. There's a few panels at the top, and then you get that big picture at the end. But, oh man, even with the sketchy artwork, the artwork looks good for the book. It definitely is great. The story, again, if you want a This Is Your Lives Logan story arc, I enjoyed it. I definitely think it's worth a pickup. I would say definitely 3.5 to 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. This is the first Old Man Logan book. I've been reading Old Man Logan right along, casually. I have not reviewed Old Man Logan for a very long time. This is the first time I'm reviewing Old Man Logan since issue number 1, I believe, or number 2. I think I went a couple of issues in. I really enjoyed this issue, and I'm excited to get the next issue. The covers are really awesome, and if you're a cover person, like I said, you'll want the covers because they look really cool. And the story itself is really cool. If you like a very abridged version of Logan's life or certain pinned moments in Old Man Logan's life, definitely check this book out. I enjoyed it. I really did. I'm ready to go read it again. So anyway, that's it for this review, guys. As always, we are Comic Frontline, your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you like what you saw here and you're brand new, hopefully you will hit that sub button so we are in your sub box and you don't miss out on a single video. And if you'd like to be notified when we post new videos on Comic Frontline, next to the subscription button is a bell. You can click that notification bell and you will be notified whenever we post new videos or go live or anything on Comic Frontline, which is really important because we have 3 live shows, bare minimum, every week unless one show is canceled, which is rare. And then we have tons of reviews and other things that go up on the YouTube channel. If you want more Frontline goodness, you can go over to comicfrontline.com for even more fun stuff. Solicits, previews, other reviews by other people, other articles on there. We have a lot of stuff on the Frontline. And it's also our hub where all of our individual channel stuff goes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to any of our individual channels, you can go over to the Frontline channel page, and all of our channels are listed there. Thank you guys so much. I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on Old Man Logan, issue 21. Feel free to comment below. What did you guys think of Old Man Logan, issue 21, if you read it? I'd love to know what you guys think of the new direction or the new artist on the book. Are you guys looking forward to the next full story arc? Is this a fun segue story for you as well? Agree with me or you don't like it? Love to know what you guys think. And until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see you guys really soon in the next video.